If after your pool pump shuts off and the water is draining down, that means there's an air leak somewhere in the system. It's most commonly around the O-ring, which is on the lid. This is supposed to keep water from escaping and air from coming in. Another common place could be in this union or in any of these places right here. Your actual valve could be leaking. The best way to find this out is to turn it on. If water is coming out of anything, if this is the suction side, this is the pressure side. So if anything is coming out, any water is coming out of the pressure side when the pump is running, that means that there is a leak somewhere here. But if there's no water coming out of the pressure side, but once you can turn it on. If you feel any air being sucked in anywhere on the suction side, that means you have a leak. Sometimes it's like a drain plug on the back, like these guys right here. There's a drain plug that sometimes that can be open, but it's most commonly the actual O-ring. And whenever you if you were to open your filter housing or take your pump lid off to clean it, it's normal for the water to go down, but because it's going to drain back into the pool because there's loss of pressure. But if it's doing that after your pump shuts off, there's an air leak somewhere, and that needs to be fixed, because what can happen is the pump can run dry, which is when the water level gets too low for the pump to be able to fully prime, for it to be able to have all the water up high. It won't be able to draw enough water, and then it will just start sucking in air, and what happens is you have some seals within the pump that can shrink or melt. The pipes can melt, these unions can shrink or melt, and then basically you're going to have leaks everywhere. And it'll have to be replumbed. Sometimes the casing has to be there has to be a new casing installed, a new housing. So just make sure that you don't have that problem. To apply some lubrication to your pump O-ring, you just simply want to dab some on around various parts of your O-ring, and then once you've done that, just start mixing it in. I'm gonna have to add some more on, because that's not gonna be enough for the entire O-ring. What I just did is I literally took the entire O-ring off and just applied it by hand when it wasn't on the lid. Right? And also, if your lid is having a hard time screwing on, like the plastic is warping, you can put the lubrication on the lid, so it'll be easier to screw on. If you do find an air leak, what you can do is, I saw this on another YouTube video, get a plastic shopping bag and kind of just rip it open, and then tie it around the part where it's leaking air really tight, press up all the way against the air leak, and that can stop it. So you can do that to stop an air leak. If there's a water leak, you should really just replumb it. It's not that hard, unless it's shrunk or melt. You can just like remove the union or whatever it is, the elbow, put a pipe primer and then pipe glue on it, and then just glue it back together, and it should be good.